What is going on, everybody? I am JD Tierney, owner of Southpaw Leisure Concepts and founder of Southpaw's Tales from the Barstool. And as always, I've got my beautiful and funny wife next to me. Say hello.
Hello, I'm Kat. I'm JD's wife. JD's got an ass load of beer, and I've just got a lot of ass. That's how
I like both, actually. I
like your beard. I like my ass. And this is gonna happen. Thank you, all 4 viewers. I'm just kidding.
So as always, thank you guys for tuning in. You might notice something a little bit different. We got new background. It's not that we're rich. We're not like banking in a shit ton of money. This is actually the fence that I tore down from the backyard, repurposed it and turned it into wainscoting or shiplap. Shiplap everywhere.
Shiplap.
Jeremy, I see you. So if you're tuning in, make sure you go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give them permission to see your name. That way we know who the hell's commenting. Because if I don't know who it is, I'm not going to talk about your comment. I'm just, this is like.
For the sheer fact that this is our 5th show. God bless America.
Fight the fucking power, right? All right.
Damn
so tonight, I've been waiting for this episode for fucking ever. Here in just a minute, we're bringing on one of my best friends in the entire world. We've been friends since '98. That just aged both of us. Mr. Erik Bingel, we're bringing him on. But we're going to start off with the drink. Tonight's drink is a mojito, and I'm sorry that I did not broadcast this on Facebook pages earlier. It has been crazy busy. So
he hasn't done shit.
Move this shit out of the way so you can see me make a drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this mojito here, and like always, I'm gonna tell you how I do it. Start off with your 2 glasses right here. You want fresh mint. You don't want any of that pussy bullshit fake extract crap.
Tell us what you really think, Joseph. Damn! Don't put some toothpaste in it. Heather.
That's how we do it. You want to start off with, depending on the size, you're going between 3 and 5.
It's foreplay.
Mint leaves. You're going to put them right in the bottom
4-ish, 5-ish. You see how exact science he's doing this? It's
it depends on the size, you know?
I can't wait till Erik rips your ass apart on this. It's going to be awesome.
Size matters. Size fucking matters. All right, so when you're doing it, you're going to lightly muddle these. Basically, all you're trying to do...
It's not the size of mint leaf. It's the way you muddle it, people.
You just want to break the pores open on these mint leaves to let the aroma and the flavor come out. Set the rest of this to the side.
He just threw it on my side. That's what just happened.
Yeah, that's what I do. And but you're gonna want an ounce of simple syrup, which is just basically a 1-to-1 part of water to sugar.
Ooh.
You're gonna want a 1/2 ounce of lime juice. I got the pre-made shit because I was not squeezing limes today.
Is that a euphemism?
Maybe. Then, of course, you're going to want your rum. Today, we're using Captain Morgan's white rum.
They're not sponsoring us.
Want an ounce and a half of that. They're not sponsoring us.
Use whatever rum you.
It just happened to be what we had at the bar.
If they pay us, I'll make y'all use their rum. That's what's going to happen.
Why is that pouring so fucking weird?
Because your finger is on it.
Boom.
Whoa, look how strong yours is compared to mine.
Well, yeah. You work tomorrow. I don't. Well, I do, but I don't have to be up at 4.
That's true.
So after hold these.
So sad. Oh.
Normally, you would mix this all in a tin, but I found out today that our mixing tin does not have is not big enough to fit our pint glass.
Where's the 7-Up?
You don't do the 7-Up until the end.
But did you have it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
No. Will you go grab us a 7-Up?
Seriously?
Yeah, I
knew it. Oh my God. Okay, people, mark the calendar because JD thinks he's never wrong. Today is March 23rd. It is 8:05. JD totally admitted that he forgot something, and I was waiting for it. I was looking at what he had down here, and I was pretty sure he didn't have the 7-Up. But he doesn't forget anything, and he's already thought of it.
Oh, I forget shit all the time. I'm just never wrong.
Oh, and don't adjust y'all's computer screens. I did actually change my hair, so that's like a thing now.
Wait. So once you get it all, you want to mix it in a tin. You want to mix it really good so it gets that aromatic flavors and smells of the mint, because that's what makes a mojito a mojito. And generally, you would just put your pint glass inside the mixing tin
Look how
to
much
do it, but my tiny little mixing tin doesn't accommodate a pint glass.
that mixing tin is so adorable.
So that
Aww.
was, in fact, a euphemism.
It's so adorable. Because that's what every guy wants to hear, right? It's so cute.
Oh, it's cute.
I'm going to call him Skippy.
Skippy, really. So once you do all that, you're going to top it with, you can either go with the club soda or you can do it. I prefer lemon lime soda. I'm using 7-Up Zero because
he's watching his girlish figure.
Yep. Bikini season is almost upon us.
Oh, and so is banana hammock season. Oh man, I didn't have enough pregame. That's what happened.
What'd you do with my mint leaves that were up there? You throw them away?
No, they're right here. They're in the drawer.
And then once you're done, you just garnish with some mint. You gotta, or not cement, what the fuck? With some mint.
Cement.
But you wanna make sure that you spank your mint. You gotta spank the mint because that's what actually makes the smell come out.
Sloppity,
and if anybody knows anything, the smell is what makes you taste. So
I mean, if anyone knows anything.
Yep. And finally, your limes. And that is a half-assed way to make a mojito.
Straw, please. Thank you.
There's your sucker stick. All right.
I like straws.
That tastes like the third of many. Yeah, we pre-gamed a little bit today.
Who's we? Okay, well, I had one.
So before we bring Erik on, now that we got our drink made, we're going to go right into our sponsors because without them, we would not be able to do this stupid fucking show for you guys. I say stupid fucking show with the most admiration and love, by the way. But
look, people, the longer you watch, the more likely it is I get paid for this. Keep watching. Ask your friends to come on.
We don't get paid for this. So I have a cheat sheet because otherwise I trip over my words, especially when it comes to Warhorse. But this podcast is brought to you by, oh my God, I'm stepping over my words, by the Legion of Loan Officers and Nick Carpenter, who was a Air Force veteran. He was a security forces member, security police, which is what myself and our guest tonight, Erik, did. Coincidentally, go to facebook.com/Legion of Loan Officers or loanofficerstrategyguide.com to find out the Legion of Loan Officers, America's mastermind for smart mortgage professionals, where you learn to attract 10 realtors you love working with.
Besides, it's for loan officers who are trying to attract realtors to build their business, people.
But
that's all it is.
It's anybody that's looking for leads because I use them for my business and I'm not even in.
And because JD is slacking and did not put it up on the screen.
You're the fucking button pusher.
There they are. Oh, I'm
the sound
button
guy.
Pusher. I am the button pusher.
She pushes my buttons all the fucking time.
I live on those buttons. That's my home. Those are my people. All right. So next we're going to go to Gunner Gray Furniture. The reason I'm talking about them is because I love their stuff. I love it so much. You'll see me start posting stuff on Facebook. So Cat Tyranny.
Hey, if you're still looking for something to spend your stimmy money on,
yes.
Yeah, go get John Oda at Gunner Gray to build you some custom
furniture, built the old-fashioned way, built to last. It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. We actually put some on our Southpaw Tales from the Barstool Facebook page the other day. We'll be putting some more. It is gorgeous. But
you can go to gunnergray.com, Instagram at gunner_gray. That's GREY for you people that can't spell. And Facebook at Gunner Gray FF. Next sponsor we have is Soldier Girl Coffee Company, which we actually got some of her coffee a week and a half ago.
Yes.
It's CBD infused, and
we got the vanilla cream. I talked about it last week. It is.
I am calm and electrified at the same time.
It's like what Erik's drinking tonight, which is vodka and Red Bull. You're getting drunk and electrocuted. So there you go. It's gorgeous. So helps with anxiety and everything. So
helps with your pain, joint pain, all that good stuff. But yeah, she has the CBD infused French vanilla cream, snickerdoodle, non-infused 100% Colombian coffee, and the CBD infused Colombia coffee.
We're kind of coffee snobs, so if we're saying that it's good, y'all, it's good. Yep. It is.
So make sure you go.
The first one for free. The next one we had to pay for.
Yeah. Make sure you go to sgcoffee.co. That's co, not com. And then Facebook at Soldier Girl Coffee Company LLC. And then our final sponsor is the Warhorse Legacy Foundation, where they have the not PTSD horses because the horses don't have PTSD. They are there to assist. the soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that have PTSD
And their families.
They do a bunch of different activities, anywhere from a 90-minute ride up to training them to work with the horses, train the horses, everything like that. It just depends on what the person is wanting, needing, and desiring. If you want to find out more about them, go to warhorselegacy.org, facebook.com/warhorselegacy, or you can call them at 479-634-2119. And that covers our sponsors. And now we can get to the fun and games and the shenanigans.
All right. So
without further ado, let's bring on Mr. Erik Bingel.
Woo!
What's up, everybody?
All right. So
before we guys start real quick, this so reminds me of a Saturday Night Live sketch. I want to ask you about your sweaty balls.
So you're saying I have a chance?
Look, he didn't even work out today, so he doesn't have what we call jaint, which is gym taint. So maybe next time, Erik. Thank you for asking.
I can't work out. My nipples jiggle too much.
Oh, well, now I kind of want to change my would you rather question because you just put the nipples.
All right. So before we go too far, I'm just going to give everybody a little bit of background on you, and then we're going to be diving into each little section way deeper later on. I've known Erik since 1998. I was in the Air Force as a security forces member. I moved into the dorms, and then I heard this is an embarrassing fucking story, but I was believe it or not, I was pretty socially awkward back in the day, and I heard Metallica blaring from the room across from mine, and I knock on the door. I'm like, "So you like Metallica?" I like Metallica. And
one thing led to another.
Beavis, you knocked on the door. You're like, hey, you're like, you like Metallica? Yeah.
Who the fuck is this homo? He said.
Basically,
I said it really loud on the inside.
No, he's like, so you like Metallica? Waka, 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 waka.
But from that point on, we worked together in the Air Force. We ended up being in a band together. Once we got out,
right behind. Yeah.
Wasted effort, people.
Yeah, we will be talking about that in depth.
We're gonna find out here: was Cat or was not Cat a groupie?
Yeah.
There's some debate.
Erik got out of the Air Force, then he moved back to his foreign country of Boston, Massachusetts, where they talk fucking weird.
Wicked fun.
He worked for the police department there for a while. After he worked for the police department for a while, he decided he was done with law enforcement work and moved to Vegas to become a bartender. Ended up working in high roller rooms with a ton of celebrities, and we're going to hear some of these stories later on.
So
he also wrote a book, and what's up?
Oh, well, I mean, usually JD gives the guest 3 minutes to talk about themselves.
Oh, I'm just giving the background, and then I'm giving him 3 minutes.
No, he's actually giving me a chubby right now.
Oh, me too.
You've been giving me a chubby since I saw you on the screen, man.
I love that beard. Love it.
There's no supports on this side of the table. That's all me.
And then he's talking about his nipples. Y'all, he's doing things to me.
So since he was a bartender in Vegas and got to see all these celebrities and stuff, he ended up writing a book. And at this point, this is, as everybody knows, nobody's allowed to talk about their business or their wares, their books, with the exception of 3 minutes at the very beginning. So you have 3 minutes to talk about your book, plug it, tell people where to get it, what's about, everything starting now.
All right, so here we go. This is my book. It's called Looking for Luck in All the Wrong Vegas. I started writing this in about 2011 or so, and I started it as a MySpace blog. That's how fucking old I am. So started writing this blog, and I had a couple of my friends come over, Andrew Fuller and Sarah Fuller. What's up, guys? I know you're watching right now. And they read some of my stuff, and they said, Erik, you really need to put this into a book. And I said, I don't know. MySpace is going to be around forever. Everybody can read it there. So eventually I shelved it, and I just started typing out some things, and it just so happened that I was able to get a graveyard shift, temporary, and I worked that for 8 months. And I worked the 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. shift on the Vegas Strip. And for 8 months, I met every single pimp, hooker, drug dealer, drug dealer, keeper aware, and just the most amount of characters you could ever imagine. And every day was something new. And it got to the point where I said, you know what? I have to write a book. So I took every story and I put it down in a notepad, finally sat down, and I got it's kind of hard to say, but I got no inspiration. So one day I found a bag of cocaine, and I did a bag of cocaine, and I ended up writing the entire thing. And that took me a few months. And then I stopped.
Drugs are good.
No, that's not what that's not the point he was making.
That's not the point. It's just I needed a little bit of inspiration. So after many years and years of talking shit to all my friends going, yeah, I'm writing a book. And everybody's like, yeah, sure thing, Jan. And so during quarantine last year, I decided that's it. I can't take it anymore. I need to get this book out in print. And it's 107 pages. And you can find it on my publisher's page, lulu.com, which is Lulu. It's at the bottom of your screen. But it's got a ton of stories of my of the band that me and JD were in, my time with the Boston Police, moving to Vegas, and then working at a one-star casino. It's no longer there. It's called the Imperial Palace, but it's now called the Link. And then when Aria opened, I got the opportunity to go in, and I've been there for 10 years. And that's a 5-star. It's one of the only 5-star resorts on the Strip. So that's where we're at now. It doesn't matter how many stars a hotel has. You're going to get a bunch of shit bags every night. And that's what I love about this town.
Hell yeah.
Shit bags.
I was one of those shit bags twice when I went out there and visited you.
Yeah.
Well, JD, I don't know. I don't know how you were in Vegas. The second time you were with me, and he was good. But we went to where was it? Right down the road, in Laughlin, Nevada. And JD drained our bank account.
That's when I learned that blackjack is the devil's game.
You know what I say is the devil's game? Folding socks. Pairing socks is the devil's work. Jesus doesn't want me pairing socks because it doesn't happen. Okay, people? I'm just saying. It doesn't happen.
So yeah, I ordered the book because I was like, I got to support somebody, that I've known forever, and even without the bias.
Hi, Art.
Hey, Art from the Pelican. Even without bias, it was a really good read. It was written conversationally to where it's like, okay, this guy's just talking to you. It's not
exactly, and it's actually written. That's what I was telling JD. It's written the way you're talking. It's not written like some guy.
That's exactly how he did it. I bought that stupid talk to text program that costs like $70, and started doing that. And I caught myself like every other word, because I'm from Boston. Every other word was fuck it.
So how does the talk to text spell ah?
It was like A, and then fucking was FAHHHHKIN. So every other word out of my mouth is fucking cocksucker.
So I'm just gonna say real quickly again, if you're on the if you're wanting to engage with us, please go to streamyard.com/Facebook and give them permission to see your name. They don't do anything else on your Facebook except for see your name. That way we can see who's talking, because all it says to us is Facebook user, and that's all I can see.
And unfortunately, I had been using my phone to see y'all's names and everything, but then I'm looking here, I'm looking there. We decide we're going to actually be engaged with our people. I want to look Erik in that beautiful face because I'm totally digging his beard.
God, I'm so glad you got rid of that pedo stash, man.
Right? Okay, look, look.
Well,
I love
you have to understand, that's when Lion King, the fucking Tiger King came out. So I said, you know what, I'm going to grow it for Halloween. And then after Halloween, I was like that guy that kept on with, where everybody stopped wearing fucking parachute pants. I was still that guy, and I still had the porn stash. And I said, and I think it took
like you wearing Jinkos.
Yeah,
I wore Jinkos 5 years too late.
Look, Erik, we love you so much, but for a while there, I didn't want you around my children. Because I love you, but I love them. And you look like a pimp.
Fair enough.
I was like, he's got a van that says free candy, and I can't even comment because I always joke that that's how JD got me. So good for you. You find your soulmate, man.
Well, I would have had a van, but I ended up crashing JD's pickup truck.
Oh my God.
Oh, please tell me the story.
All right.
You don't know the story, huh?
No.
I know you've heard this story, but
well, I've heard it from your
do we
perspective.
kind of want to bounce back and forth on the story, or do you want to tell it?
Well, I mean, we can go that it was the day you got back from Kuwait.
No, it was Saudi. I was in Saudi for that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, you were in Saudi Arabia, and for 3 months you would come back, and you guys couldn't drink there, right?
No, there was no alcohol. We ended up getting they allowed us to have one near beer on New Year's Eve. And I took one sip of that, and I'm like, "Who wants this shit?
No.
This is fucking horrible."
Was JD on a mission then when he got back?
So you were there for what, 90 days, TDY?
No, no, it's like a 5.5. It wasn't a full 6 because we were there for contingency. It wasn't
okay.
It wasn't regular TDY.
So when JD came back to San Antonio, the first thing he did was call me, and he's like, "Erik, we're going to fucking Corpus, and I'm getting fucked up." And I'm like, "All right." So we took JD's pickup truck down to Corpus Christi. We partied. And I do have to mention that JD wore a 3-piece suit.
Of course he did.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a zoot suit? Did
no, I had in Saudi, everything is so fucking cheap there because of the exchange rate. And so I had this suit tailor-made. It was British cashmere and Italian silk. And this thing was fucking bomb.
Oh,
you're mixing up stories, though. You're mixing up 2 stories, though, because the night you totaled my truck was not the night that I puked all over my 3-piece suit.
Okay. No, it was the first night because we
came back. The first night we were in San Antonio because we were on the way back to your apartment.
Yes, when I was living with Bobby.
I hate when mom and dad fight, people. It's so sad.
But anyway, to speed up the story, we're coming back from Corpus. I'm driving because I'm less sober. JD's in the front seat.
No, you're more sober, less drunk.
More sober, a little less drunk. Yeah.
And it was the first time I think that it had drizzled in San Antonio for maybe 6 months, and it was the lightest drizzle ever.
Yeah, it wasn't raining, but it wasn't not raining. It was just that misty crap.
That misty garbage crap you see in San Antonio. And we're getting off the 410. And we're going onto my street to go back to my apartment. And I turn the wheel. We're only going about 20 miles an hour. And I turn the wheel to get on the exit. And JD's like, "Take a right." And I'm like, "I'm fucking trying." The wheel's all the way to the right. I slam the brakes, nothing. And we slam headfirst right into a light pole. Oil pan drops. Airbags come out. Smoke rising from the hood. And do you remember that Ford Ranger? JD, you remember the car that came up was like, "You guys want us to call the cops?" We're like, "No,
no, we're cool."
And
dusted off.
In San Antonio police history that they showed up to an accident 15 seconds after it happened. Because
they must have been like directly across.
They were literally right there.
You're like, "Look, I'm sober. The truck fucked up."
Yeah.
No, I deliberately stayed in between Erik and the cop the entire time.
I smelled like
the
cop was looking at me, and I was literally cross-eyed, and he's like, "Are you guys okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty okay." He's like, "You guys Air Force?" We're like, "Yeah, we're security forces." And we whip out my badge. And they sat there and waited for it. Did not ask me once if I had been drinking. What? I just said that JD had got back from Saudi Arabia, and we were out celebrating. My apartment was only a mile up the road.
And the cop waited there until the tow truck got there.
Yep.
And the tow truck driver gave us a ride to the apartment. No ticket. Or no, we got a ticket for the because while I was overseas, everything lapsed. The inspection, the
registration inspection, yeah.
Oh my God.
And my insurance. So I ended up voluntarily repoing the totaled truck.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things because we probably would have been in the brig together.
So people, we will get to some Vegas stories, maybe even get Erik to slip us some celebrity gossip. But for right now, I see that one of Eric's old roommates and my sister Jerry is actually on right now. And as she has 3 kids like we do, and she actually has a moment to be on, I'd like to give her a call because I think she has a story to bring up about Eric.
Oh, geez. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. Let me get this.
Jerry, we're
call
calling
going.
you right now.
Okay, we're calling her as soon as I'm ready. Because
Well, take your time because we have a delay. Everybody who's watching, what I've said has already happened. This is like what's happening now is going on right now. This is like Spaceballs.
Yeah, her phone number didn't transfer to my new phone.
Oh my God. New phone, who dis? New phone, who dis?
So nothing but professionalism here, folks.
Yeah, you guys are on the ball.
There.
Just straight professionalism.
Do you want me to type it in because you're old and can't see? Oh, look at him. He's trying so hard, people. Oh.
All right, so hopefully I dialed the right damn number.
Oh, yeah, I hope so too.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can.
We can.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi.
So you are on with Eric right now. So what we're going to have you do is if you have the speakers on your laptop or anything that's having the show on, just go ahead and turn that down just so we don't get feedback.
Okay.
Oh,
It's there in my ears.
okay, perfect. So Eric's on and so y'all were roommates, is that right?
Kind of like,
Part-time?
how would you put that? Yeah, I guess part-time.
We had a Panama schedule roommate.
Yeah.
Every other week, we used to go down to Beeville for 3 days because we used to have every other Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
So every time you're on at the extended weekend, you went and stayed at her apartment. Did y'all help pay for rent at least?
No, Jesse was staying
No.
there. It was Jerry, Jesse, Bailey. Who else was in that
gosh.
apartment?
Oh man.
There was like
my
a 2-bedroom
gosh.
apartment with like 17 college kids and a couple of Air Force dudes. But Jesse,
It was so long ago, there were still VHS tapes there.
Oh yes.
God.
Yes, there was.
yeah, Jesse was the lead singer of the band Wasted Effort right there.
I can't even say anything. That apartment is where I first met JD.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Yeah, I think at one point our rent was like $40 a person. Like we had that many people living there. It was so nuts. But
Hey,
that's okay.
we have a closet that no one's in right now, so we need another roommate.
Oh my gosh, for real. We had people sleeping in closets, like not kidding.
Oh my
That
God.
is so funny.
So tell
We
us
had
this.
like 2 or 3 people per room, and we had people on the couch, and it was
I
And
think me and JD cuddled a couple times.
yeah, I don't know.
So bring up your favorite memory of Eric being there at the apartment with us.
it's gotta be like, I mean, we all know the story like with Bailey. You know, where
Paint
he's
us a
like,
picture.
Yeah, paint us a
Okay,
picture.
so-
There's a bunch of people watching that have no idea
Okay.
the background.
So Eric is like dressed in like this like long black trench coat, and he's like bathed in cologne, and he like thinks that he is looking like the bomb, like so good. And he's like, hey, like, how do I look? And Bailey, like, split second, she was like, bitch, you look like Matrix and smell like pine salt.
This is right before we were going to take stage or go to leave to go finish our setup.
You have to understand that was 1999. Matrix
There was
just came out, and I wanted to
recording.
blow Keanu Reeves.
He was like, not only do I look good, but I smell good too. And
I
baby,
did say that. I said, not only do I look good, but I smell good too.
yes, you did. It was also the recordings where you're like, is the pool this way?
Oh my
That was that away. Oh.
God.
You can't forget the
oh.
Oh.
Boy, you are a player. With an A, not even an ER.
Yeah, I mean, Sugar Ray just came out with an album. Limp Bizkit just dropped. Yeah.
Oh, no.
and this was when Jackass was barely starting to come on the scene, and we had a VHS recorder with us, like
Yes.
VHS shoulder mounted motherfucker with us at all fucking times.
Oh, you know what? I'm so sorry. I mispronounced it. You're a wicked player.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh,
Well,
man.
Jerry, it's so good to hear from you. It's been what, fucking 22 years?
Yeah, at least, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, no. Don't worry, my balls are old too.
Yeah.
Your balls are floating in the shower.
I think I'm going through a second puberty. They went back inside.
Inside. There's doctors for that.
Well, you're the medical professional.
Yeah, that's not normal. If your balls are inside of you.
No, it's because I'm getting fat and I can't see it anymore. So I just
Something doesn't seem right.
So your outie became an innie?
Oh my
God.
Please tell me it's cold in Vegas right now.
I'm gonna have to have a couple more cocktails before I start talking about that.
Hey, we got all the time in the world.
Y'all don't let him fool y'all. He was talking about his nipples before we came on the air. So
I do have to admit, being from Boston, there's one thing that me and Mark Wahlberg have in common. We both have the superfluous third nipple. So I do have 3 nipples. Everybody calls bullshit on me, but yes, it's true. Me and Mark Wahlberg are the 1% of people that have 3 nipples.
And you try to milk it all the time.
And I did, yeah.
Oh no, you'd be like,
no. So Jerry, Erik seems to think he was a player back in the day, and JD says that he had no play back in the day. Are either one of those comments accurate?
Yes, they are both accurate.
I told you I played when it counted. I was awkward as fuck.
To believe that I was that I was a loser.
He got me. He had some play. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
I just got you. I just got you at a weak point and didn't ever let go.
Oh, that's clever. That's really smart. I just got her really insecure about her body, and I swapped in there.
Oh.
Well, all right, Miss Jerry, we're gonna let you go. Thank you for the phone call. Thank you for bringing up those memories.
On this show.
Jerry, good hearing from you. Hope you're doing well.
See you. Yes, same. I hope you're doing as well.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys later.
All right,
take
thanks.
care.
Bye. I love her. She's my sister. I love her.
That's great. That's a voice from long past.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that I ended up marrying her sister, and it was completely coincidental. Like,
actually, so when I met JD, I was in high school. I was probably 15 or 16 at the time, and
was 27?
Went to don't even. Well, my sister Amanda and I went to Jerry's house to spend the weekend. She agreed to that before she realized it was the weekend y'all come down. So y'all came down as well. So it was a very full apartment. It was like the worst camp ever. I mean,
we didn't know whose underwear we were putting on.
Camp.
So
ever.
I had the hots for JD. Like as soon as the sun, I was like, "Yep, And Jerry told him. So he pulled me aside at one point and goes, "Hey, I'm not saying no. I'm saying when you're 18, call me." We did not realize that that was each other. We were dating, and Jerry's like, "Oh shit! So you did call her when she was 18?"
I didn't say no. I said no right now.
No, right now is what he told me.
No for now.
No for now. Call me when you're 18.
Yeah.
And I called him when I was 18.
When
Actually,
you're legal.
I gave him my number when I was 18. He actually called.
You gave him your AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I gave him which chat room I was going to be in at the time with my dial-up.
I had to wait for my next CD to come in the mail for AOL hours.
He's like, text me. Then text didn't exist back then. People, I'm just kidding.
Text wasn't even around.
I did have a cell phone.
This same time is when we were famous.
We were semi-famous.
And we recorded and nowadays when somebody says they recorded an album, it's nothing because the technology and the hardware and the software is so inexpensive that anybody can record in their own house anymore. But when we recorded our album back in tail end of 99, early 2000, it was still, you had to go to a studio, book the hours, pay, get everything still on magnetic media.
Yeah, you spoiled bastards.
And oh my god, we recorded in Austin, Texas, the music capital of the world.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Eric, you remember that shitty hotel we had to stay in while we were there?
All right, so
bunch of
I'll paint the picture. There's 5 of us in this band, and one of us is extremely fat. I'm not going to say who.
Oh yes, is that the one whose girlfriend skipped the CDs?
We're not talking about right now. We're talking like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm talking
at the time.
Yeah, these boys are not skinny anymore, people.
Yeah, but we used to be so skinny. So anyway, it doesn't. I shouldn't have said that. That was mean of me. But we drive down to Austin, Texas, and it was right before South by Southwest, and you could not get a hotel room.
Oh no!
So the first hotel that we found that had vacancy was a Motel 6. The only room that they had was a full-sized 2 queens, but it had no air conditioning, and there was 5 of us staying there. And this is in Texas in May or June. Something. So it was still. We were just getting to ball sack sticking to your thigh weather, and it was really bad. And we went to one room. I don't know if you remember. We went to one room. The AC didn't work, and the only other room they had, that AC didn't work. But we ended up getting that room for free for like 1 or 2 nights because we were in Austin for 4 nights.
So what we ended up doing is we ended up having to those little bar, the little hook bar that you can open the door like 6 inches to see who's on the other side without opening your door all the way. We had that latched, and the door opened at 6 inches with just a little, probably like 12-inch fan blowing. It was sitting on a chair, and then we had a bowl of ice. Sitting
on a fan. Yeah.
Here.
And just a bunch of dudes sweating all over each other. It was kind of like Caligula.
Hey, it's like when you get hypothermia, naked bodies together to keep you warm. Well, you got to get those naked bodies together, and the sweat of the other man cools you off a little bit, right?
No, it was definitely not like that. I mean,
no, that was just
we slept in definitely weird positions. It was very hard to get comfortable. It was so ball sweat hot. And I think the first night, we checked in and we said, hey, let's do 6th Street because that's what you got to do.
Oh, no.
So we call a taxi. Taxi picks us up and he takes us to the corner of, I think it was the I-10 in 6th Street.
It's 35 right there, yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, you guys are in for a treat because we had just turned 21. I think you were still 20.
No, I was 21. Jesse was still 20. So Jesse stayed in the hotel room all but one of the nights.
Okay. But the first, I just remember the first thing that I saw when we got out of the cab, we turned the corner onto 6th Street. First thing I see is a woman, probably about 497 pounds, in a wedding dress, getting filmed from a camcorder, deep throating a double-sided marital aid.
Girl, you do you. You make that money.
But in a wedding dress,
women,
and I think it was like 7 o'clock at night, and I just remember I go, wow, this taxi cab driver was not fucking around. And I just remember going up and down, and we hit every bar on 6th Street.
Yeah, and
is this the gay bar story?
No, that I was just gonna bring that one up. So for those of you that have never been to 6th Street, it's basically about a mile long, and it's nothing but bars on either sides.
Yeah.
And it's 2-story buildings. Some of them are 3-story buildings. And it's just bars, clubs. It used to be nothing but
shops.
It used to be nothing but like blues clubs, live music, things like that. A lot of it's gone to techno, EDM, hip hop, stuff like that. Now it changes with the age. I might not like it,
Ugly.
but in front of every single bar, there's somebody yelling, kind of like an old circus sideshow.
Promotional
Come
guy.
right up. Hey,
it's like
we got these specials going on, these drinks, blah, blah, blah. And we get one, it's like
the Abercrombie guy who sits out in front of Abercrombie and lures people into Abercrombie. It's like that. They've got a promo guy.
So we end up going in, and this one is like, I can't remember what the promo was, but we were fucking broke. And it was like, that is the right price.
Yeah, it was like a pitcher of beer for $2 or something, if I remember.
And we go upstairs and we all sit down, and it's, the typical high top 5-seater
Yeah,
round
with a pitcher Lone Star.
and we're drinking we're all drinking pints out of a pitcher. And Don, the bass player, is looking around and he just stops and he just mid-drink just stops. His eyes turn the size of saucers and he looks at me and he kind of slaps me on the arm. And it's like, look. So I start looking around and I stop and my eyes get the size of saucers. And I tell Erik, like, dude, look around. And he looks around and his eyes get the size of saucers. And all we see is a dude with his hand down another dude's pants and another dude with his hand in the back pocket of another dude and just nothing but dudes.
It was a trifecta Chinese finger trap.
All dudes. Oh,
And next thing you know,
have you ever
see
seen Human Centipede? It was like that, but in real life.
so after we let them all buy us beers and get us
If you've ever seen, Star Wars where they dock.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We're not gonna go there.
yeah, but so without anybody saying a word, everybody just slammed their beer, slammed it, and got the fuck out of there. I mean, to each their own. Not judging, just not the place for me. I wasn't that drunk yet.
So are we going to talk about what happened after that night when we ended up meeting some girls?
Yes, please. If this is the story I think it is, please, for the love of everything.
All right, I'm going to try to keep
this story of my whole husband.
We ended up meeting like a group of girls, and we all jumped into a taxi to go back to our Motel 6, which smells of sweat and feet and turds and farts. And we're like, hey, let's bring these girls back to our motel. But we knew how smelly our room was because there's 5 of us in this room. And I don't want to get JD in trouble for anything, so I don't know what he did. But I ended up.
No, there's no reason for you to try and get me in trouble because there was only 2 girls that came back. Well, I was hitting on one, but you ended up getting
when you were giving him margaritas, but it was straight tequila?
No, that was a different night.
Oh.
But yeah, so I was hitting on one girl and I primed her, and then you ended up starting the engine.
Primed her.
Yeah, you ended up starting the engine.
Bad word to use, but
Did you crank her over like a lawnmower?
No, I didn't get the pull start. Long story short, you and Jesse ended up going.
I had children.
Having girls.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, I end up on the stairs across from our room at the Motel 6, and she's doing her thing. And we're like, after everything was done, we were like, oh, so how are you guys getting back to your place? And they're like, we need a ride. And we ended up taking a cab again, right? Or somebody had met us that had.
No, I think Don drove y'all, didn't he?
That's right. Don had brought the car from Corpus.
I should have gotten Ann on here, and Don would have been in trouble too.
So we ended up driving these girls back to their apartment, which was only like 2 or 3 miles up the road. And they get out, and we say our goodbyes. And she tries to kiss me. I'm like, no, don't kiss me. That's gross.
JD primed you.
Yeah. So walk her up to her apartment, and we get back to the car, and I'm getting into the back seat, and I see, there's a pair of shoes, and it's not. And I went, oh, these stupid bitches left their fucking shoes in the back seat of this car. So me being so drunk, I get out, and I had to do like a geometric angle thing, and I just went Nolan Ryan, and I launched.
You remembered Pythagoras at that moment.
About 75 miles per hour at her door, and it made these enormous echo. Boom!
Gunshots.
Grabbed another shot. I went, boom! And then we peeled out, and we thought, I was like,
it was the classic leave behind dude. She was trying to get you.
And I'm like, take your fucking shoes and get the fuck out of my life.
You smell like Jenny's balls.
But the best part is he didn't even get out of the car. He just leaned out of the window like Dukes of Hazzard style over the.
Yeah, I think I did. I think the front was up, and I just fucking launched it.
All right, people. We're almost 45 minutes into the show. So do you want to do unpopular opinion first, or would you rather?
Unpopular opinion, because I didn't even think of a would you rather.
Unpopular opinion. Do you want me to go first?
Go for it.
All right, unpopular opinion. Okay, look, people. I have had a stalker on Facebook. I have. So I'm going to preface with that because I want to explain something. I've had a stalker on Facebook, sliding in my DMs, trying to hit me up, using different Facebook profiles to try to friend me again when I blocked him. And even still, I prefer Facebook to Instagram because Instagram, people are following me who I've never met before. Nothing feels more like a peeping Tom pervert than someone like, hey, I see there's a lady on Instagram. I'm going to follow them without even meeting them. It freaks me out. Don't like it. I do have an Instagram account, but I never am on it. So
yeah, I'm
I
not a
prefer
big Instagram
Facebook
fan
to
either.
Instagram. I said it. Take it, you old fucking millennials. And I don't have Twitter. Like, no.
So, what's the opinion?
My opinion is Facebook is better than Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, it's also better than Tinder too.
Tinder? I'm single. Why do I need to be on Tinder?
I thought you were a grinder guy.
Oh, that's why he picked that bar y'all went to on 6th Street.
I'm not going to talk about that.
I knew it. I was worried about that mustache you had. You looked a little pedophile, but it might have been 70s gay mustache. Good for you, man.
It was 70s Coke mustache.
Oh, well, even worse. That's pretty much like the 70s. Okay.
All right, so my unpopular opinion is that I believe that if women can get a fake nose, fake lips, fake tits, and fake ass for a beauty competition, I think all athletes should be able to do steroids to enhance themselves.
You are high.
Oh, I absolutely believe that for sure.
No, absolutely not. You know why? And this is why. I'm gonna explain myself. Okay, can I explain myself before you judge?
Please do.
Awesome. You are holding their records and the same standards you did from athletes back in the day that didn't have those drugs. So if you want a level playing field, then great. But have an index, have like hashtags or asterisks with the use of drugs, so they don't count in the record books to the ones that didn't use drugs.
Oh, okay. Then all basketball players need to go back to wearing Converse All-Stars.
Hey, they have ankle supports.
I'm okay with that too. No, but I would be.
And the booty shorts. They have to wear the booty shorts too.
Yeah, I'm okay. If you put an asterisk in there with the use of drugs, fine, great. But don't take a record away from someone who used their raw, God-given natural talent and mark them off for someone who used drugs to cheat.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Unpopular opinion.
So, what's your unpopular opinion, Mr. Erik?
I cannot stand people. I'm just going to say the word people, but you know who I'm talking about, that live their life based on their zodiac sign. Like, I'm just going to do an impression of a girl. I'm not saying that it's just girls that do it. Like, oh my God, I just hit a curve. That is so me. I'm such an asparagus.
Okay, the Cancer part of me, I don't know how they react because I don't know shit about the
I agree with you 100%.
I know I'm a Cancer,
and as a Libra, I agree with you 100%.
No,
I've had people ask me, they're like, "Oh, you guys didn't dwell." I go, "Yeah, we didn't get along dating because I'm a Pisces and she's a cunt."
No, and actually,
yeah, those fucking Pisces are always getting in the way.
It is mostly a girl thing. I will say that, but it is not only a girl thing. In fact, I thought I heard a coworker, a male, talking about, well, she's an Aries, and I knew better. And I was sitting there like, or he said they were an Aries, and I knew better. So I thought he's gay. He was. So I made a comment about. So, like, how long have you known? Yeah, that went over like a fart in church. He's straight. He had really feminine hands. They were soft. It's gross.
I gotta bring this up. Dominic says, "What's your feelings about bitches with their healing crystals?"
Have you seen the meme where a girl had super glued a bunch of crystals onto her steering wheel, and it looked like a fucking Claymore mine?
Oh, right in the middle of it.
Right in the middle. She
comes out.
Oh my God.
She put all these crystals on her fucking horn of her Nissan Sentra, and it looked like a fucking claymore.
We should just let them do shit like this, because then it's like it'll thin out the hurt.
Oh, thin out the hurt, yeah.
That's shrapnel.
Just let them go forth and be retarded. Go. Sorry, I mean stupid.
Yeah, healing
That was not
crystals.
politically correct. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, no, that's just stupid. Like
It is stupid.
There was also like one woman. She bought a big ass thing of salt at like a healing crystals place, and I guess it got dirty. So she decided to take her salt crystal and put it in the dishwasher. What happens when you add water to salt? It fucking dissolves, you stupid cunt.
I don't like that word.
I'm sorry.
She does not like stupid.
I don't like this.
She doesn't like the word
next
stupid.
Tuesday.
Oh,
Don't like
okay.
filthy.
Oh, I apologize. Quit being a bitch.
Filthy. Yeah. I am a bitch, and a bitch is okay. Just not the same.
Okay. I'm sorry. Anybody offended by that word? You know,
Just me. It's
Just
my
you.
unpopular opinion. So
Okay,
go F
there you
yourself.
Okay, so
Go fuck yourself.
I have one more story about the album that I want to bring up.
Good.
And then
I have
after that-
questions, and we haven't gotten to my questions.
Oh, after
But
this,
wait. First, can I ask Erik a question? Since we talked about wasted effort, and before we move on, can I ask him a question?
Yeah.
Erik, what was like the absolute best like fanboy moment with wasted efforts? Because y'all got like locally big, not big, but locally big. Was there like a moment where you kind of felt like a rock star?
regionally-ish.
A regional.
we were playing at a bar in South Padre, I believe it was, just over the bridge from Corpus Christi, playing at South Padre Island. And you remember that bar that had all the bras on the ceiling?
Farah's.
Yeah, Farrah's.
Farrah's.
Yeah.
Was it South Padre or was it still Corpus? I knew it was over the bridge.
Mustang
It's
Island.
Mustang Island, yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
North Padre Island, yeah.
You got it.
there must have been about 100 people or so in the bar. And after we got done, every bunch of people came up to us and they wanted to buy us drinks, and we're like, yeah. And I remember there was like 3 smoking hot bartenders, and they go, if you 3 guys get on top of the bar and pull your pants down, all your drinks are free for the night.
It was $50 cash plus drinks.
Did you get paid? Did you get paid per inch?
So me, JD, and Dawn, we jumped on the bar because we were broke. I think I had $20 to my name.
I had less than that.
Yeah, and I was like, "There's no way we can afford drinks. We are just gonna try to get free drinks from people that saw us at the show." And jumping up on the bar, pulling our pants down, and me and you, JD, I think we weighed about 120 pounds each
Combined.
Like you could see our rib cage. That's how skinny we were.
You looked like one of those dogs you find like mangy on the side of the road.
I fell in love with this guy who
It was like a Sarah McLachlan commercial. We're like shivering because our rib cages are showing.
Oh my god!
And I think that was like the most fan. We had a couple. At the trailer park, there was one girl that drew.
Classier than showing your dick in a bar. Sweet.
No, we didn't go full Monty. It was just boxers.
It was just boxers, yeah. But
where you can see it like an elephant trunk.
At the time, yeah. At the time, I was packing.
Helicopter where you're slapping.
I couldn't do the helicopter. I was still a little shy.
Helicopter. Oh my god.
Oh no, Dominic wants to know, did you prep before pulling out?
I was never prepped before pulling out. That's why I have 3 kids.
They travel with their own fluffer. That's how it works.
So, did I do something about Mary? Is that what you're asking about, Dominic?
And no, I wasn't a groupie. Maybe I was.
How'd you get the beans about the Frank?
I mean, I didn't jack off in the public bathroom, so I didn't prep.
No one asked if you did, and now we're sure you did.
That's what prepping before pulling out is.
That's what he means by prepping. Did we jack off?
JD could have given you a hand. You could have done a stranger or something.
Just play a little pocket polo and get the little semi going.
Yeah. No, that never happened. No, unfortunately. I mean, I wish we could tell you a lot more Motley Crue stories, but that just that didn't happen.
We weren't that cool.
Okay, look, I have never been to a mail review for a reason, And because I think it's hilarious. Like, it's not like I look at a male body and I'm like, like they should paint a picture of that thing. No, it's hilarious. And especially when they're flopping around, it makes me laugh. So I have the common
which is why I have a complex to this day.
not offend a dancer. So I've never gone to a male. You're such a liar.
I pull my shit out and she laughs.
No,
and
I laugh because he goes like this. Every time, like, it's a gift from God. Here you go. You're welcome. Like, what the hell?
It is. I mean, God re-gifted, but I mean,
what, you got that from somebody or something? What do you mean re-gifted?
I don't want to go into that.
Oh my God. One day all this will be yours. Like that one right there.
Well, I mean, when you want me to, in your next segment, you want to talk about the celebrities that I've seen do that, in Vegas.
Are you in a rush to get off of here?
We could do it.
I am absolutely not in a rush.
Awesome.
Good, because we're going to extend it.
What celebrities did it?
We're not stopping.
Okay. You want to take you want to go back? So
Eric's got to go squeeze one out real quick.
Ow!
So I'm going to tell a story for a little bit. You go do you. Yeah. We had a little code word so he can go refresh his beer, or not his beer, his what the fuck is it? Vodka Red Bulls. Because he's got to keep that shit in the fridge. So that you had to go refresh that. So when we were recording the album and we recorded for 4 days, mixed it in one day, and it may not that may sound like an eternity to record 43 minutes worth of music, but that's actually pushing it really, really, really fast. Most of the albums that you hear is regardless what genre you're listening to, but most of the professional albums you hear on the radio, it takes probably 2,000 or 3,000 man hours between all the instruments, the mixing, the mastering, all that stuff. Well, we just blew through this shit like really quick just to get there. We recorded a total of I think 12 or 13 songs. We only got 9 mixed well enough to put on the album. And we didn't realize it until we listened.
This is not a nice story.
That every single song had the exact same drum beat.
This isn't a nice story.
It was like boom, boom.
I thought you were going to talk about the other thing that's not very nice.
What other thing?
The skipped records because someone was walking around.
Oh.
See, I told you it's not very nice
So
story. It's a very mean story.
So, and another thing is this is back when people had CD burners and you burned your own CDs, and we printed out our own labels. I mean, we did it like straight up guerrilla style because we were fucking broke.
They're broke.
And as Eric mentioned earlier, the drummer lived in the trailer park in a trailer, and we were recording a CD just one after the other, and all of a sudden, we would listen to at least portions of everyone just to make sure that they were right, and then we noticed that there was a bunch of them that started having issues where the songs would skip,
not very nice,
or it wouldn't record properly, and we're like, what the fuck? And it ended up being the girlfriend, or the drummer's girlfriend was so morbidly obese, I'm saying that as nicely as I possibly can, that she literally skipped CDs as she walked.
That was very nice of you. You said it very politically correct because JD likes to make comments.
That bitch was so fucking fat.
Oh my God! I still remember she's named after a cheese. That's how big she was.
Gouda?
Brie.
Brie.
Yeah.
But
okay, so
when
now
we were in Austin at the recording studio, I just remember all we did was smoke cigarettes and drink Bud Light all day long. And it would get so hot in that studio.
Is this about your balls again?
Shirt, and I'm like, I can't record this because we had two camcorders going on at the same time because we wanted to make like a making of like we were Limp Bizkit or something, or Creed. We were fucking cool or something.
2 of the shittiest bands in hindsight.
I was like, that's what you picked.
Oh, that's another unpopular opinion. I like Creed.
I like Creed too. JD doesn't, but he says that it's okay. He said it was okay that I like Creed because I'm a girl. So sorry, Eric.
Your mangina makes it acceptable.
You are getting off topic, by the way.
But if you'd like, if you want to know about some celebrity stories.
Yes, she's been dying all
I have.
day.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some excerpts from my book about the greatest celebrity stories.
Like,
now, since you guys are a bit,
who whipped it out though? You got to finish that story. Who whipped it out in front of you?
Who whipped what out in front of
you?
you?
You said that there was.
You said there were celebrities that
whipped it out there in front of
their wee wees.
Oh, I think that was the Jersey Shorecast.
Oh, well, there wasn't much to see there.
They can get it past the zipper.
Wait a minute. Was their hair down there spiked also?
I'm sorry?
Frosted?
They have frosted tips and like have it spiked.
We're talking 2011, so I think that was a little outdated.
Not for them.
Tips.
They still had frosted tips.
Yeah. No, but my favorite celebrity story, bartending in Vegas, and you guys that are in Texas will appreciate this. When you look at my book, all the celebrity stories I have, I don't mention any names. I just give you a hint on what they've done.
Super.
So, but I'm going to tell it on here because, it's who cares anymore. So, my favorite story, I'm working at the High Limit Room and it's about 5:00 in the morning and it's Tony Romo and JJ Watt. And they're sitting at the blackjack table and they're playing anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a hand.
Wait.
Only one in the high.
Tony Romo and the JJ Watt.
The JJ Watt, yes.
From the Cowboys and the Texans.
Yes. So I think it was 2012. That was when, right before Romo retired, it was they made it to the first round of the playoffs. And they got knocked out. It was the first time the Cowboys made the playoffs in so many years. So Tony Romo comes in with a beard longer than mine and a hat, scrunched down, real low to his face. And it's about 4:30, 5:00 in the morning. Me and my cocktail waitress are just talking, and they're at the table doing their thing, playing. And Tony Romo gets up off his seat from the table. He walks up to the bar, and you can imagine I got this big Naugahyde bar, and a big bar. And I have these. We have these cigar ashtrays, these big monstrosity for dickheads who want to smoke cigars in there. So I'm cleaning them out, and me and my waitress talk, and I have them stacked up like 5 high, and it's right over my ice well. And we're chatting, and Romo comes up, and you can tell he's just shit-faced. And he walks up, and he goes, and he pushes all the ashtrays in my ice. What? And he looks at me, and I'm like, this fucking cocksmoker right here. So I'm like, can I help you?
And they were all full, right?
What's that?
They were all full. They had ashes and cigar butts, and
no, they were clean.
Oh, okay.
But he just pushed them into my ice. You never know if a glass chips in the ice and whatnot. So now I have to go into the back and get fill up a bunch of hot water to burn all the ice to make sure there's no glass shards in it. And I knew he did that for a reason. That was to get out of, so I could leave, so he could hit on my cocktail waitress at the time. So I'm doing my thing and I'm trying not to pay attention. And he looks at her and he goes, my name is Anthony. She looks at him. She goes, fucking Anthony. Why are you using your real name? Everybody knows you as Tony. And she goes, nice to meet you, Anthony. And he goes, yeah, I play football in Texas. Okay, that's kind of weird. Doesn't say fucking Dallas. Well, like, what's this guy up to? He goes, what time you get off of work? She goes, 10 a.m. He goes, when you get off, why don't you come up to my room? And this is verbatim. I cannot make this shit up. Verbatim. He goes, why don't you come up to my room? We'll order some room service and watch Fox News.
Oh my God. I thought,
I'm like, really? Like, that's your fucking pickup line? You're a fucking superstar quarterback, and that's the line you use? So I brush it off, and I'm trying not to chuckle under my breath. Now, at the time, Tony Romo was married to Miss North Carolina. And at that exact time, Miss North Carolina was pregnant with Tony Romo's baby. So my waitress knew that and said, I'm so sorry, but I don't think that your pregnant wife would appreciate that. And Tony Romo's response was, Well, that's too bad that you're a poor C word.
Wait. What's the C word?
Let's see where it is.
So when I heard that,
Countess?
that really pissed me off.
If you call me Countess now, we're gonna have problems.
So when I heard him call her a poor C word, I went, hey, I think I said, who do you think you are? But I think like in my mind, I said, who the fuck you think you are, you fucking cocksucker?
Your Boston came out.
My Boston came out a little bit. I go, you don't talk to people like that. Now, right when that happened, the pit boss, the casino manager, and JJ Watt came running up to the bar going, what's wrong? I go, you need to tell this guy to watch his manners. You don't talk to people like that. So right then and there, JJ Watt grabs Tony Romo, puts him in one of those like, come on, bro, let's go. They start backing up, and Romo is giving me the bottom lip. He's doing that.
Wow.
I go, all right, I go, come on, motherfucker. I go, the minute you fucking touch me, I hit the floor, I'm calling an ambulance and my lawyer. It doesn't matter how hard you touch me. He ends up leaving. Fast forward.
Being the valiant fighter that you are.
I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, I'm probably going to get fired for this. But, security and everybody was like, no, it's cool. We're not going to say anything about it. So fast forward about 45 minutes to an hour later. It's like 5:45 in the morning. JJ Watt comes back down from the suites, and he walks into the high limit room, and he calls me over, and he goes, hey, man, can I talk to you for a second? I said, yeah, what's up? Puts his hand out. He shakes my hand. He goes, can you not tell anybody about this? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And in my hand was a $500 chip. And so for $500, I kept my mouth shut. But since it happened about 7 years ago, sorry, JJ.
JJ, $500 is only worth 7 years. Now you know.
Yeah.
Now you know.
And JJ, I don't watch football anymore. I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But every article I've ever read about JJ Watt says nothing about how much class he is. He's just
the guy's a saint. What he did for Houston during the hurricanes, I mean, that was amazing.
But
did you know he was living in his best friend's basement and donating most of the money he made for the 3 years he was in the NFL? That guy is class act. Tony Romo, you can rot in hell because you're not a class act.
Ever since that night, I thought that Tony Romo was a decent quarterback, and I respected him. I mean, he's no Tom Brady, my boyfriend. But but after that, I said, man, I could not respect a man who's got a pregnant wife, no less. And, he's not the only one. Don't think that I'm singling Tony Romo out. I've seen almost every celebrity you can name cheat on their significant other. So it's no.
Oh, man, I want a show with just that.
Oh, we can do that too. Yeah, we can do that.
Let's go instead of shit stories. Who was the classiest, most honest, humble, real down to earth celebrity you ever got to chill with, or talk to, or serve, or just interact with in any situation?
It's a toss up. One, Charles Barkley.
Oh,
was one of
really
the nicest guy. I mean, so humble, just talk to everybody. Like, the bar that I was working at is probably about 30 or 40 feet long. It took him almost 45 minutes to go from one end of the bar to the other because he stopped and signed an autograph, took a picture with everybody that asked him, even though it looked like he was in a rush. Such a class act, was able to sit and talk for like 45 minutes out of his day. The second I'm going to say is Terry Francona, who is the manager of the Red Sox in 2004 when they won the World Series for the first time. And I gushed like a fucking schoolgirl at a Backstreet Boys concert. I'm like, fucking Terry Francona. And I asked, this is also in my book, and I asked him, I said, Terry, I'm from Boston. I can't fucking believe you guys did that. And he's looking at me like, oh, Jesus. And I go, can I get a hug? Now, working in the casino, we cannot ask celebrities for a hug, for anything, for a picture. But unless the celebrity says, yes, it's okay, but we're not allowed to initiate it. And I said, fuck it, I'll get fired for Terry Francona. And I said, can I please just get a hug? And he goes, bring it in. And I fucking ran across the bar on the other side, knocking fucking people out just to give him a big bear hug to thank him for the World Series.
Did you end up poking him in the leg with your lucky R2?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, Dominic wants to know if
Did
he
you
gave
end up
you a
poking
chubby.
him in the leg with your lucky R2?
Did he give you a chubby?
Probably. Yeah, I had to tuck it in my waistband.
So wait, you were supposed to have a talking part in that Las Vegas movie, weren't you?
Yes, I did have a speaking role in Las Vegas. I got invited to the premiere, and I was sitting right behind Robert De Niro, Kevin Kline, Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, and I was so sure that I was gonna be in this movie. And how I got the part was they were filming at Aria, and it's 3:00 in the morning, and the set director came into our service well, and he asked if I could make about 100 to 200 mocktails. So that's basically just getting different types of glasses with food coloring and water, just for background and extras, to make it look like they have a drink in their hand. So I did that. I did that free of charge.
So does anybody drink real alcohol on the set during those? No,
it's all water and food coloring.
Got it. Okay, so continue.
So after, I had to pump these drinks out so much, and my manager at the time was friends with the casting director. So after they had finished their scenes, it took about 3 or 4 hours. The set director came into the bar with my manager and asked if I wanted to have a small role in the movie for the work that I did. And I said, absolutely. And my manager looks at him, and I'm going to give my manager a shout out. His name's John Fennell. I'm going to make sure I tag him, but he knows he knew the casting director, and he goes, no, I want to give this kid a speaking role. So that our director was like, yeah, we'll give you a speaking role. So I go and meet the next day after I get off graveyard shift at like 10:00 in the morning. I had to run my ass all the way up to the hotel pool and met with one of the assistant directors. And he goes, are you Erik? And I said, yep. He goes, come with me, hands me a script. He goes, this is your line. This is what you do. And it was one line. It was 2 words. My line was, fuck. Yeah. And I said, okay, what do I have to do to say, fuck? So the director, John Turteltaub, I'm talking with him, and he goes, all right, so what you're going to do is you're going to get this drink, and you're going to pour it on this big tittied Playboy model that's laying in a beach chair. And I said, yeah, I could definitely do that. But before you pour it on her, one of the co-stars, Jerry Ferrar, who was Turtle from Entourage, he was one of the co-stars. So his role was to bump into me. I spill the drink on her tits, and I go, fuck. So we did
Boston accent and all.
So I did it with like a little bit of an accent, and we did a quick rehearsal. And the director, John Turteltaub, he goes, excuse me, where are you from? And I said, Boston. And he goes, all right, we're going to do another take, but this time I want you to really give out a really thick Matt Damon accent. And I went, I could do that. So we roll back, whatever. Now, mind you, I am scared shitless because Morgan Freeman is fucking standing 10 feet in front of me watching this behind the camera.
And you have anxiety, right?
No fucking way. I go, nobody's going to believe me, because when you show up to a set like that, you have to put your cell phones in a lockbox. You cannot have any fucking cell phones, nothing.
Oh,
so
that's
and luckily, one of our managers, Scott, that was the pool manager, he saw everything, so he can back all this up. But so John Turteltaub, he goes, all right, I'm going to call action. Jerry bumps into you. You pour the drink and give me a fucking nice Matt Damon, Ben Affleck fuck. And I went, all right. So action. Boom. Fuck. And he goes, can you get really disgustingly Boston? And I'm like, kind of like the girls I used to bang. I'm like, yeah, I could definitely do that. So
do that full Southie on him.
I had to pull the Southie fish hook. But after the 4th take, it was so obnoxiously stupid, and I felt like such an idiot. The fourth take, it went from fuck to
You went Cartman. You didn't even
and I
go
sounded so nasally and phlegmed. I sounded like Saul Rosenberg from Jerky Boys. And I was like, no. And then after that take, I'm looking to my left, and there's Morgan Freeman, and he's clapping. I'm like, no fucking way.
Oh my God.
So
By the way,
I got union pay for that. I did not get my SAG card, unfortunately, because you have to speak 4 words. I believe it's now 6 that you have to speak before you can get a SAG card, which is your Screen Actors Guild card. And I said, I don't care, whatever, but a few months later, I got an invite in the mail inviting me to the premiere, +1. You got to wear a tux or a suit. And my seat was second row behind them. And I go, oh, I'm in the fucking movie. So I brought a date, my friend Melissa. I brought her along as my date, and we're watching it. And when I see that my part's coming up, I'm grabbing her hand and I'm squeezing the ever-living shit out of it. And my dream fell flat. They cut it. My part ended up on the fucking cutting room floor.
Oh,
so since you only had 2 words, you got your Film Actors Guild card, right?
No. That's what I'm saying.
Screen Actors.
Screen Actors
The Film Actors Guild.
He's kidding.
Fag.
He's kidding.
Come on, fag.
Yeah, I hate to be the fucking censor in this show, but no.
No, we're talking about the Film Actors Guild from Team America.
Yes, I know what he's talking about.
Yes.
This is my serious face. Okay. All right. So besides Tony Romo, I want to know, is there someone you kind of built up in your head, but when you met them, it was really disappointing?
Oh, yes. The Michael Jordan. Without a doubt.
Ooh,
Michael Jordan.
Please elaborate. Why was that disappointing?
So he shows up. He used to run a golf tournament every year and invite all these celebrities, and all of the money would go to charity and stuff. But at the same time, this is a guy who gambles $5,000 to $10,000 a hand on blackjack. So when we first opened our hotel, he had asked for a couple bottles of Macallan 55, which is a 55-year-old Scotch.
Ooh.
We carry it, but it's kind of hard to get to. We have to go into the depths of our warehouse to go find it. So he asked for 2 bottles. Now, each bottle costs $50,000.
Oh, wow.
Yes, $50,000 a bottle. It's 55-year-old Scotch. So it took about a half hour, and he was losing, and he was getting drunk, so he's getting aggravated. Finally, the bottles show up, and I was still a bar back at the time, and my bartender printed out the check. Now, we had just opened this casino, so he had to be the one to sign it. He couldn't just sign it to his room. We needed an actual signature because it's so much money. So my bartender looks at me and he goes, Erik, I need you to have him sign it. So after he finishes up a hand, the dealer is shuffling the cards. So I go up and I go, excuse me, Mr. Jordan, if I could just have you sign this real quick. And he looked at me dead in the face and he goes, the fuck you want from me? I said, sir, I'm sorry to bother you. We just need your signature on this real quick. And he looked at it, looked at me. He saw the $100,000 check, looked at the gratuity, line, looked at me again, put a line right through it, and then under the signature, put an X. And he takes the check presenter and he tosses it in my chest, and he goes, get the fuck out of my face. And it took me so much not to spit in his face right then and there.
Wow.
I don't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have. There's just a certain humanity that you should have in any situation, regardless of your role.
Remember where you came from, man. Come on.
Yeah, and I mean that ruined basketball for me forever.
Oh well, yeah.
As a kid, you look up to this guy, and guys. Where I'm from, I'm looking up to Larry Bird and Kevin McHale and DJ, and stuff like that. Reggie Lewis.
Spud
one fucking billionaire with a capital B to fucking ruin basketball for me forever.
Do you ever look at Air Jordans on somebody and be like, fuck that guy?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I I
Don't
would
buy
never
his shoes.
buy a pair of Air
Don't
Jordans.
support that fucker.
Do you ever start scrolling in Disney Plus and see Space Jam and be like, "Fuck Jordan"?
I've never seen Space
You
Jam.
know what? I hope
never
those
will.
demons
You're
beat
not
him
missing
this time.
anything.
I hope those demons beat him this time.
You're not missing anything. It was
Okay, so besides celebrities, I'm going to ask you kind of a weird question. So you see all people from all walks of life and everything, and you've been serving them and stuff. You see hookers, you see pimps, you see all of that. Who's the best and worst tippers as far as what job they have in Vegas?
like generally. Like
I mean, best tippers are people that are in the service industry themselves. So
Perfect.
bartenders, cocktail waitresses.
Makes sense.
yeah.
They know you live on tips. Makes sense.
Yeah, people that live on tips. Honestly, I really don't want to give out that stereotype because there's so many, some people will surprise you. You think that somebody will come up and go, "Oh, I'm not getting $1 out of this guy," and he ends up throwing you a $20 tip, and you're like, "Oh, now I feel like an asshole." I just prejudged him. But if I were to rationalize, I'm going to say that 21-year-old white girls are the worst tippers.
It's my birthday. Where's my birthday shot?
Well, first, number one, because they think that just because they're 21 and pretty, that drinks are free. And they'll ask me, and they'll go, and they're like, "Oh, can I get a Tito's soda, splash of crayon?" And I'm like, "All right, that'll be $15." And like, "I thought pretty girls don't pay for drinks." And I go, "You're right, they don't. $15."
Oh!
Dude, I want to tell a tipping story. One of our sponsors, and this has nothing to do with him being a sponsor, just coincidence. Nick Carpenter, who founded the Legion of Loan Officers, he actually did something where he's at, and it's the $100 Diner Club. And what he does is they get 100 people together to go to one restaurant the same night. Every single person that goes, all 100 people, it doesn't matter if they're in parties of 5, parties of 1, parties in 20, every single person tips $100. So at the end of one night, that restaurant got $10,000 in tips.
Cash tips.
Cash tips.
Cash tips aren't.
And what they do is they go and they find.
Oh yeah. We don't.
It's not a chain restaurant. It's like a local mom and pop. Somebody that's definitely been affected by COVID and the regulations. So they're just, all right, we're all coordinating tonight, and we're all going to go 25 at a time.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. And I'd like to get the network here to do
but like I said, anybody, I have a newfound respect. I've always had a fond respect for people in the service industry. Vegas is different than any other place in the country, especially being a union bartender or a union cocktail waitress, where we're making anywhere from $16 to $22 an hour plus tips. Whereas everywhere else in the country, they're making $2.13 an hour plus tips. And and it's all tax. So you're getting a check for fucking $3 at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Well, Kat and I,
we're very fortunate in Vegas that we have the union because there are about 100,000 bartenders and waitresses in Vegas. So it is a huge deal. And we are dying to get back to work. I've been out of work for a year.
How many people are still out of work? Well, not only that, but right before COVID hit, we were talking, and they were replacing a lot of the bartenders with the automated machines.
Systems.
How is that going?
Yeah, so there are service wells, the larger casinos. They started bringing in robot bartenders, and it put a lot of bartenders out of work, and it slowed down service because they say that robots don't call in sick. Yeah, but they also fucking break down, and
Do the robot bartenders look as hot as Rosie from the Jetsons? Do the robot bartenders look as hot as Rosie from the Jetsons?
Didn't know you were a Rosie kind of guy, baby.
No. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if it had a fleshlight, then maybe.
And now we know where Erik's standards are. Thank you for tuning in.
I wouldn't have sex with a robot.
5 of y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Just to learn his standards.
All right, so those of you that are watching, if you want to know any stories of Vegas or ask any questions, now's the time to do it. I think we'll be on for a little bit longer. I want to have at least another beer.
So I'm going to ask. I know JD doesn't have a would you rather, and my would you rather
I'll figure one out.
was about a third nipple. But I already know Erik has one, so that question's out because it was going to be a third nipple or an extra toe. But since I know he has a third nipple, I had to actually change it the last minute, which does me some good. So we're going to do would you rather. So since I'm the only lady on this show, the only one with a vagina, and you've got
I've seen it.
Yeah, yes, up close. So I'm going to ask y'all a question from a guy's perspective. Would you rather have the ability to be pregnant or the ability to breastfeed?
I have to choose one of those.
Yeah,
No, I mean breastfeed. Like I don't want to push a bowling ball out of my butthole.
I didn't say give birth though. I said be pregnant, where you can actually feel the baby and stuff.
I think I would.
I don't know if you can
rather
see this
be
right
pregnant.
now, but I'm pretty pregnant myself. So.
Dude, I feel you. Why do you think our camera is so high on this end?
JD,
What do you think? My camera's up this way too.
What do you think?
I would much rather be pregnant than breastfeed. I think
Really?
breastfeeding for me, and I think it's just the stereotypical masculine dude thing, or just latching a baby when I'm to my tit would be fucking weird for me.
I think Erik would do great. He'd be like the girl from Total Recall with his 3 breasts. Man, you'd be amazing. You could pump one and breastfeed on the other.
Come on, do it.
Quato wants milk.
Come on, baby, want milk. Come on, daddy, I want milk. Come on, we have to go watch Peppa Pig.
Do it now.
So what do you think, Erik? Would you rather be able to breastfeed or be pregnant? Not give birth. Be pregnant.
I mean, like I said, I'm already carrying around my stomach, so I'm gonna have to go with breastfeed.
Nice. You are such a nurturing bitch.
I'm like the Tom Green. You remember Tom Green, JD?
All right, people, you got the extra scoop, man. 3 nipples, lots of breastfeeding coming from Erik. So, and ladies, he's not married. Why is he not married? He is willing to breastfeed.
I have more red flags than China.
Oh my god, that is just.
Did you say crabs?
No, I said more red flags.
Oh, I thought you said more crabs than in China. I was like, dude, really? I'm trying to get you laid. Forget it.
All right, I'm gonna go totally like 13-year-old boy for my would you rather.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 42. I'm living in my friend's spare bedroom. I'm unemployed. So, ladies, there you go.
Okay, you had me at unemployed.
Hey, that's
I
all.
know you girls love that. You guys want to fix her up.
I was unemployed. I had no place to live. I was couch surfing.
He had no money.
I had no car.
He had no money
job,
because
nothing.
his ex-fiance emptied his bank account.
But I played guitar.
Oh yeah, that's a panty drop.
All right. So my would you rather? Would you
make
rather
me sound
have
really easy? You know that.
Would you rather have a?
I put up a fight for that first hour I met him before I slept with him, y'all. Judges.
Yeah, go shove that Judgy McJudgerson up your fucking ass.
I love you and thank you for viewing all.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. We love you. All right.
And that's how we went from 600.
Order. Back on track. All right, my would you rather? Would you rather? I'm totally going a 13-year-old boy on this. Would you rather have a dick for a nose or a vagina for a mouth?
Vagina for a mouth.
Vagina for a mouth.
Why?
Because vaginas are pretty and dicks are disgusting.
Well, because you throw an Altoid in there.
Like this. I go running a lot. I don't need this in my face.
What about you, Erik? I know you don't run. Why do you want a vag?
No, I want a vag because, I mean, a dick for a nose. I mean, my nose is already big enough, you know. But I think a vagina because, like I said, you could throw a Tic Tac or a Cert in there. You know, and make it better. I mean, it's already got a little mustache going on too. And I mean, I haven't coughed up blood yet. I know I'm only 42, but
it would be like a Ventos or a Vert. So it's a vagina Mento or a vagina Cert.
Well, I mean, a Mento. I wouldn't mix it with orange juice.
Jesus. I think I'm just gonna be contrarian here and go with the with dick for the nose. for no other reason than y'all both pick badges. And
Just you want a Pinocchio?
Yeah, I'll pop some Viagra for Halloween and go as Pinocchio.
Hey,
yeah,
I got breath kicking here. Do you have any of those twat breakers?
it'd be like
Tacos.
I've got no strings to hold me down.
You'd tie a string to it and be like, "Hey, babe."
Oh God, like a marionette.
Can you imagine having a dick for a nose and then you sneeze on somebody?
Oh, Joseph Dean, you better not be sneezing on any other woman.
And then you spiderweb it out.
I think of set and go.
That would make foreplay
You're like a toddler.
the exact same thing as regular sex. So,
we are going into a way different tangent here.
This
went off the tracks, back on the tracks, and off.
You should never go over an hour.
I have family members watching this.
I don't think my parents are on tonight, which is a blessing because they already are like, Kathleen Nicole.
Speaking of which, Jennifer, you're not on tonight. Where the fuck are you at? You better comment on the replay.
Jennifer. She's my fave.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Shit.
Okay, so I have one other question for you, just because I have it written down and I think it'd be fun. And because you and JD have a lot of drinking stories, but it doesn't have to be when JD was there. Tell me the worst morning after story you have.
Wait, morning after including a female or morning after just drinking wise? Hangover.
That's a great question. Just surprised me. With just the worst morning after drinking where you were like, holy, and you regretted every life choice up until that point.
It all comes down to the most basic art of being a human, and that's being in your 20s and waking up with a load in your pants, and it's not warm anymore. It already started to cool down.
A poop load or
yeah, poop load.
Load.
Yeah. Yeah. Having a poop load. That's absolutely and especially with a one night stand. That's probably the worst.
What?
Wait. You have got to expand on this story.
You had sex?
No. I'm just gonna say that I pooped my pants, and I woke up before the girl did and realized I had a poop in my pants.
I was fortunate enough. And Erik was there when I was in my tequila days, and you were there at the tail end of my tequila days. And I was fortunate enough that when I went through a bottle and a half of tequila in like 4 hours, that Erik and Jesse would strip me down, throw me on the toilet, and have the shower running so I could just fall from the toilet.
I could have
into the bath.
used that advice, Erik. I could have used that advice when we were first together.
See, that's bro love right there.
Yeah, I had to wipe his ass. That's why he's on my top 5. You know how it's like you've got a 5 friends on those lines for T-Mobile or whatever it is? Yeah, I've got 5 people's asses I've wiped. I'm one of them. I've got 3 kids, and JD is never.
Well, there you go. I mean, we're
warm. We're still warm.
I don't know if it's just white guys, but I think like at the time, skinny white guys just had a tendency to poop more.
That explains so much about my household. Like seriously, I feel we bought this house like what? Like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I feel so sorry for its plumbing because I have JD and his 3 sons. Yeah, it's
my 13-year-old. Well, I think it's just he's 13.
I think it's the 11.
We're not going to say. Now, I mean, if I can interject, I really don't want to hear about the what's going on in the 13-year-old's bathroom.
Oh, me neither.
Jennifer says she's here, but she's been commenting on. She's been commenting on another feed. Is there another feed? That,
yes, JD. If you go to JD's where he's on his Facebook and he shares it, it's a different comment feed than the one on the Tales from the Barstool one. So if it linked you to the other one, we wouldn't have seen that comment. But I love you and I'm glad you're here.
If you commented and we didn't,
we were just talking about JD shitting his pants. So you're perfect timing.
And me shitting my pants. I mean.
All right. I have to
look. Hold on, we got to read her comment. She said, "I'm picturing Kat running really fast with a vagina mouth. Would the flaps cause a wind drag?"
No. It would. If you're running with a vagina mouth, it would sound like.
No.
Now, would you use chapstick or Vagisil?
It would be.
All right, I have to circle back because basically I spent the time to make this fucking audio clip earlier, and by God, I'm gonna fucking play this goddamn audio clip.
Gosh.
Oh yes.
Going back to when we were with Wasted Effort and we recorded this album, and we rushed through it. Like I said earlier, 4 days to record an entire album is
14 hours a day.
It's nothing.
Move on.
And we didn't realize it until we listened to it like 27 times. We're like, wait.
There's something not right about one song.
That didn't sound right. Hold on. So I'm gonna play just a really short clip. And then after the short clip plays, Erik is gonna mimic it with his mouth. And then I'm gonna play it again and see if you catch it.
You're gonna have to turn it up and play it again. Do you hear it? You kids at home, you might not have picked it up.
One more time.
You hear that little click, that da-na-na-na.
Oh my God. This was supposed to be a professional
I
record.
could not get my finger on this F chord without my palm touching it, and I'm still like, never took a guitar lesson, and I'm playing at a studio in Austin, Texas, and it was one of those things. I think it was going to cost an extra $100 on top of what we paid for recording for them to fix it. We're like, leave it in.
To change one note.
One note, yeah.
And $100 in 99 to a bunch of dudes that were already living on ramen. I mean, you might as well just ask for the cost of a Lamborghini. There's no other reason to do what we just did except for the fact I spent the time to make that fucking audio clip. Otherwise.
Look, y'all. I loved me some JD back in the day. You see this picture with the handcuffs? That's JD. He was scrawny.
Yeah, that was me.
Soaking wet. He didn't weigh 100 pounds.
All right, so this was the album cover / and it was your brother that gave us the money for the
my brother Dave was the one that footed the bill for all 250 t-shirts.
Randy footed the bill for something. What was it?
Randy fronted the bill for the recording studio.
Got it. Okay.
His brother fronted the bill for the t-shirts, and this was our album cover right here. And
that was at the trailer park.
This was a Microsoft Word.
He's wearing Jinkos, people.
Font.
Yes,
Jinko.
he's wearing Jinko.
And yes, I'm wearing Jinkos.
I was the photographer for this picture, and we got it in one shot.
Yeah, and it was our drummer put me in handcuffs, and then he worked at the prison at the time, and it was his handcuffs from the prison and his bobby stick or whatever the fuck you call it, the little police guard beat the shit out of
his nightstick.
And yeah, so that's where that came from. And the album was called First Time Hurts because
yes,
the
David.
first time
he was
hurt.
still that skinny in 2006.
Holy shit, David Carr.
He was still that skinny in 2013.
And then we had kids, and then I got fat. I put on all the sympathy weight, and I never lost it.
Sweet to not let me put that weight on by myself.
Oh yeah, I'm a team player.
Yeah, he did not breastfeed though. Unfortunately, and as you heard it here, he would not have, even if he could.
Oh, I
selfish bastard.
I breastfed. I had to kick the kid out. Like, it's my turn, motherfucker.
I hate to say it, but that's actually true. He's like, those were mine first, you asshole. Yelling at my kids in the middle of the night.
I called each one of my kids assholes because they were taking my titty time.
He got his titty time.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not ashamed at all.
I gave him his titty time back. Okay. Like I couldn't get all three of my other boys winged off of the breast, but this one, nope.
So we went to Vegas. Was it 4 years now? 4 years ago?
Oh yeah, for our anniversary.
And everybody when they go to Vegas, they end up staying on the strip. Erik living there, we're like,
hell yeah.
Hey, dude, we're fucking broke. Can we crash at your place? And Erik had like a 5-bedroom, pseudo man.
I had the ultimate gossip pad.
And our plan was we were gonna land, we were gonna drop our shit off at Erik's, and all of us jump in the cab and go somewhere and just get fucking.
I had a really
shitty
really sexy dress to wear in Vegas. that night, and I never got to wear it. It's
So-
actually still in my closet. Now it's like 17 sizes too small or too big. I mean,
Too big.
Too big. I'm 17 sizes too small now.
But my God, we got so.
Well, we'll have to
Y'all did. I had
we'll have
jet
to talk
lag.
about that at another time.
Oh
about
man, I had
everything we
jet
did.
lag, y'all, and I was puking my guts out by the time we got to Eric's house. Like, I don't know why I got jet lag. It was real bad. It might have been the wild turkey we drank on the airplane for free.
Oh, that might have done it.
Yeah, it was Wild Turkey
Or-
101 because that was the only whiskey they had on the plane.
Yeah, and as soon as they found out
Oh
Diddy was
no, white people
everybody
problem.
was buying us drinks for free. So by the time we landed in Vegas, I felt great. But yeah, by the time I got to Eric's house, I was puking my guts out. So whatever it was, I also get motion sickness. So it might have been that. I didn't take anything for it. So because I didn't want to fall asleep on the way to Vegas, because it's not a long flight from Texas to Vegas. Just in case y'all
It's a
wondering.
very quick flight.
It's not, yeah, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. It's like,
Yeah.
but we are going to be in Vegas in August, so we better see your.
Okay, well, I hope I still am. Waiting on a lot of things. Right now, Vegas is still in a little bit of trouble.
How big is that guest room? I'm just kidding.
Hope you got a big trunk because I'm
Scooch
putting my
over.
bike in it.
Scooch over.
Bikes!
Oh my god, make it be a little sandwich cat in the center. Oh wait, no, because JD would try to Eiffel Tower or something.
Oh,
whatever he
mine.
calls it, and-
But no, I will probably be in Texas before you know it. You know, there's a lot of things changing in Vegas. You know, we're still not open back up. But I am hoping to get my job back here pretty soon. And we have another casino opening up. You know, as Vegas goes, casinos pop up all the time.
True.
So I'm waiting to hear back from this new place. So, you know, don't know what the future is going to hold. Like I said, I'm 42 years old. You know, I'm still digging in my career. I love what I do, but we need to get this country back open. You know, so you guys can come out and we can kind of go back to a sense of normalcy.
Well, and before we wrap up, I'm just going to let you know that if it doesn't go back to normal, we have a room here in
You
South
can come
Texas.
here and help me make hats.
Yeah, JD needs.
I
the
will
help.
take you up on that offer. I definitely.
Yeah,
will.
JD needs the help, and you've got a job right here at Southpaw.
That's
I'll
awesome.
pay you-
That's
I'll
good to
pay you
hear.
minimum wage and tickle your balls.
But I'll
That gives me a hard erection.
cook for you every night. So there you go.
Oh, God, promise.
I every day I'm not working, I'm cooking, and the days I'm not, JD is. So
Awesome. Okay.
But with that, we're gonna go ahead and start winding it down because it's what, an hour and 42 minutes into this broadcast.
we
So for
only
those
went
of you
42
that,
minutes over, people. That's an improvement.
For those of you that stuck around, we definitely do appreciate it. And yeah, Eric, one more time, where can they find your book and give us the title and all that good stuff?
My book is called Looking for Luck in All the Wrong Vegas. My pen name is EJ Bing. So if you can't remember the title, but you can get it on lulu.com, LULU.com, and just search Looking for Luck in All the Wrong Vegas. And thank you guys so much for having me. And I hope people watching can pick up a copy.
Well, we've had a blast. Thank you so much for coming. We want to thank all of our sponsors, especially Warhorse
Legacy. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. We appreciate it. Y'all are actually keeping us going.
And Eric, don't go anywhere.
Woo!
We're gonna talk a little bit off after. But thank you everybody for
Thank you for
tuning
joining
in
us on
and
Tuesdays.
enduring our totally professional podcast.
Invite your friends. Tell them to accept our rules
Please
and
accept the
regulations,
rules.
which is don't get too political. Don't talk about religion too much. Things
You gotta
like
say
that.
it to Jennifer. You gotta say it.
Good night, Jennifer.
right.
All right. Goodbye, y'all. We
Goodbye.
appreciate
Y'all
it.
have a great night.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.